What do the Purple People Eaters need to do to get the dub?
Well, the first thought I had was stop the run, right? Because, you got to do that. If you're not going to contain their running game, what are you going to do? But then it occurred to me, Carolina did a good job with that. Wasn't enough. Drew Brees beat them, right? So it's not just that. What you have to do is protect Case Keenum. Yeah, stop the run, but you got to protect Case Keenum. And by the way, give him a chance to win the game for you. He's good. He's not just like, oh, he's all right. Yeah, he's missed some open receivers and such. He's not an elite quarterback maybe, but he's a good player. If you watched him this year, you could see the guy is a good quarterback. He's not just okay. And you got to give him a chance against that ferocious defensive line, Cameron Jordan. You're going to have to figure out of 3-step drops, rolling the pocket, lots of slants. Darren, you could tell me. But whatever it is, you have to devote resources and strategy to protecting Case Keenum. And if you do that, you can win the game.
Well, for me, here's the thing. You got to find a way to stop Drew Brees, because I think you can see this Minnesota team is not the Minnesota team of old. Their defense is elite, true or true. But you don't have to play in that ice bowl. This is a dome now. Drew Brees is familiar with these confines. I understand it's going to be noisy, it's going to be raucous, it's going to be loud and all of that stuff. But he's a veteran quarterback. He can handle that. But I don't give a damn how much of an experienced veteran you are. If it's 10 below, and the ball feels like a brick, you got a problem, all right? That's not going to be a problem Sunday afternoon. The conditions under which Drew Brees and New Orleans Saints are going to play football is similar to what they play in New Orleans. It's just that the crowd is against you instead of for you. So I think that's something that could end up working on behalf of the New Orleans Saints, because even though Minnesota's defense is elite, number one in points allowed, number one in yards allowed, top two against both the rush and the pass, they are absolutely positively no joke. This is the playoffs, and I'm not going to bet against Drew Brees in favor of some damn guy named Case Keenum. I like him. He's had a good year. He's passed for over 3,500 yards. He's completed 67% of his passes. Good. Congratulations. Good. It's very, very touching. But it's the playoffs. And even though I believe in that defense, damn it, I believe in that Saints offense, particularly with Drew Brees having a running game. Now, you got to go Linval Joseph, Daniel Hunter, Anthony Barr, Xavier Rhodes, and these boys. It's going to be tough. But in order for Minnesota, to me, to beat New Orleans, they got to score more than 20, and they got to be able to hold New Orleans under 20. I don't think they could do both against a Drew Brees squad. That's why I would go with New Orleans.
I'm going with Minnesota. The Saints are 4-4 on the road, and here's the issue. I've played with Mike Zimmer. I know exactly who he is as a coach. I played with Sean Payton. And actually, both coaches are on the same staff with Bill Parcells in 2003, so they are very familiar with one another. So they understand how they're going to attack one another. The first thing that Mike Zimmer is going to do is that he's going to stop that two-headed monster running game. He will not allow you to control the game on the ground, because he don't want to get bullied around, and he doesn't want you to set up play-action passes down the field. Now, here's the key. The key to this game for Minnesota is, 1, stop the run. 2, stop the screen game, because the last time these two teams met each other early in the season, the first game of the season, the screen game is what killed the Minnesota Vikings as far as getting down the field. I like this matchup for Minnesota. They're at home. Saints struggle on the road, whether it be outdoors, indoors. I could care less. They struggle when they go on the road. Minnesota and that defense will come to play. Case Keenum has to manage this football game, put up 20 points. This defense will win this football game for him.
When you say he has to manage it, Darren, it sounds like you don't think he's that good. I know he's not Drew Brees, but I thought he's had an excellent season.
He's had an excellent season. I'm saying just don't turn the ball over. Don't turn up. Maybe he's going to have to make some explosive plays with his arm. Getting the ball to Thielens, getting the ball to Stephon Diggs, Rudolph over the middle. He's going to have to move to change. don't turn the ball over in this game.
But isn't
Rely
that a matter
on your defense?
So my question is, that's a matter of protecting him because
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
you're up against, Cameron Jordan, 17 sacks, whatever it was this year. You got to figure out what to do about him. How do you protect Case Keenum? Because we saw Carolina stop the run. They did a great job against the run. Didn't matter because of Drew Brees. So they got to counter that with something. You're not going to stop the run and the pass and everything. They're going to get something. You got to be able to score the ball. So the question is, how do you protect your quarterback from that ferocious front seven?